So about 3 years ago, I was skinny fat. And then for the first time, my friend asked me if I wanted to go to the gym. That was the best decision of my life. During this time, it was summer and I was losing weight really fast and a lot of weight. And the reason why I was losing weight so fast was because I love seeing the number on the scale keep going down slowly. Suddenly 165 went to 160 to 155 and so went down in the span of like 2 weeks. So like it was basically like a video game until school started again and I was around 110 pounds. After a morning gym class, I looked at myself in the mirror and I literally did a bicep pose, right? I took a picture of it. Here on the screen, I will show you guys a picture of my biceps and my arms. Okay, I was skinny. I'm basically like skin and bones at that point. And then that's when it suddenly hit me. And how I got there was I basically just starved myself, okay? From summer all the way to school, I was eating 600 calories only, okay? I'm supposed to be eating at least 2,200 calories, but I basically starved myself. I ate only one meal a day consisting of boiled chicken with no seasoning, boiled broccoli, and rice. Just one meal a day while working out. And then when I figured out that I was just skin and bones, I tried bulking back up. But the thing was I was starving myself so much that I just couldn't gain back that weight. And because of how fast I was losing weight, my metabolism couldn't keep up with me and I kept losing weight. In gym class, we stopped running outside. That midpoint was when I actually stopped losing weight. I started gaining weight. Everything was doing just fine until the next summer. I started to get mixed with a different set of group of people. The main things that they ever did was vaping, weed, drinking, partying, and all those type of stuff, you know? So I decided to give up eating clean because I got the munchies. I was always eating out with my ex and yada. Honestly, at the time I thought I was bulking, but I was just really being a fat ass by eating 3 spoons of peanut butter every night. That was like the deepest hole I've ever been in. Keep in mind that it was so bad. I was at 205 pounds at 5'4" and at 16 years old. I started to look back at my old videos where I was lean, you know, I flexed and there was actually insertions in my arm. So I did the one thing that not a lot of people would do in that environment. I broke up with my ex, I distanced myself, I disregarded myself from the group of people I was with. And I went back to basics by cutting this time. But this time I wasn't gonna cut down to like skin and bone and have like loose skin, okay? I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna take my time. I took things slow, I did my cardio, I ate all protein, basically no carbs, no rice or anything, just straight up protein, straight up meat. And so throughout that summer, I lost weight, I lost a lot of water weight. And the best part was that I was able to see like clean jawline, you know, like insertions in my arms again and so on. And what's even better, I didn't lose any strength or muscle. I'm like literally gaining strength right now. And so in the span of 6 months, I was able to go from 205 pounds in a really bad environment all the way to 145, I believe, while being the best version I could possibly be. Now here's just a timeline, okay? 3 years ago, I was skin and bones. 2 years ago, I was completely fine. A year ago, I don't even know what that is, okay? 200 pounds at 5'4" at 16 years old is a really big deal. So how did I do it? How did I go from being morbidly obese, the most obese and short guy in my grade, and played both sides of the field where I was skin and bones and also obese, to becoming this good looking Giga Chad who is now Asian mini Pekka? Well, that is the point of today's video. If you want to change how you look and lose weight, specifically lose weight, this video is for you. So with that being said, my 3 advice that I would give someone, this is what I would give them. Now, number 1 is specifically for skinny fat people or people who are just starting out. Skinny fat is commonly referred to as someone with a big waist, with skinny arms, or even arms that have a little bit of muscle on them. Most people would think that since you have fat on your stomach, you should cut, right? No, you don't want to cut. If your primary goal for your physique is to look better, look more aesthetic, like David Lade type of aesthetics, then you should bulk. You should not be cutting. My reason being is you want to put on some size, some real muscle first. You don't want to be building some newbie gains and then you cutting. Because if you cut while you're skinny fat, you're literally going to look like skin and bones. Even if you already have some pretty decent size on your arms, that could quickly go away once you cut. Now, what I mean by this is there is something called newbie gains. I'm pretty sure you've heard of it somewhere. If you haven't, here's a quick definition. Newbie gains is muscle that you first build when you first go to the gym. When you first go to the gym, you lift weights, you will see in the span of maybe 6 months to a year, you will see a great amount of muscle being put on your arms, your back, your chest, like overall, like everywhere on your body, okay? That is what we call newbie gains. Now, what is the difference between newbie gains and normal muscle? Newbie gains is something that comes really quickly, but it's not reinforced muscle, so you can lose it pretty quickly if you stop working out. If you kept working out, those newbie gains would start to become normal muscle, therefore meaning that they're more reinforced, it's hard to lose them, and so on. Now, how is this relevant? By bulking, you will be able to build and also reinforce your muscles as well when you start cutting. But bulking doesn't mean eating whatever you want, okay? Like you actually need to lean bulk, especially if you're skinny fat, you need to lean bulk. And what that means is prioritizing protein over your carb intake. It is also really important if you are bulking to keep doing your cardio. Now, for those who are trying to lose weight for the purpose of doing sports, you know, run faster or just enhance your sports skills, by all means do it, but you need to make sure you're training in some type of way with some weights. Now, when you cut, what do? That's right, you eat less. But there is more than just eating in a caloric deficit. The diet that I'm currently eating and what I was eating when I was losing weight was 70% meat or protein, 15% carbs or I guess rice, 15% veggies or frozen veggies, it doesn't matter. For meat, I usually prefer lean ground beef, but listen, it does not matter what type of meat you eat yet. What? It does not matter what type of meat you eat yet. Any type of meat is good as long as it's not deep fried or it's not been drowned in oil. Now, I know this is an insanely unbalanced meal, but would you rather listen to someone who looks like this? Or would you rather listen to someone who looks like this? If you prioritize protein over everything else, it's basically like a win-win situation, because not only will you be able to keep your muscle, you will be able to feel more full and feel like you're literally eating on the bulk, but you're not. Now, this is because protein boosts our metabolism and it also keeps us satiated. It's basically like your 3-in-1 shampoo. You keep your muscle and it helps with muscle recovery. You are more full frequently and you have a faster metabolism. Now, I don't really consume any artificial flavors or that much processed protein anymore, but during my cut, this was like my best friend basically. Now, during the time I was cutting, I was also cutting out really bad things like weed and like nicotine, right? I was getting a lot of cravings. I honestly just wanted that sweet, fruity taste in my mouth again, if that makes sense. Because for me, the experience of vaping was like watching TV or playing games and you're just grabbing chips, a drink and drinking it, you know, or going to the, like, it's just hard to explain. It's a hand motion that like keeps you busy basically. So during my nicotine withdrawals, I was having massive cravings. So how I got rid of that was by utilizing these, and these. This is absolutely amazing. Now, I can't lie to you guys that this is literally just chilling in my room, okay? It's so conveniently there every time I'm ever getting cravings. So I want you guys to start utilizing things that are sweet, basically, that fulfill you. Diet Coke, zero sugar energy drinks, artificial flavor drinks, even electrolyte water. I recommend that you guys utilize both artificial flavors and also protein products if you can, but it is convenient and it is really useful to help you get your protein in the span of like 5 minutes. I'm not even kidding with you guys. After my workouts, I don't have time to eat because I have work at my workplace. I literally just buy these chips right here. Like, the macros are insane. So if you do decide to actually consume these protein products, you might want to social distance for about 2 weeks because you're probably going to be farting up the entire place. That is it for today's video. I hope this helps all of my fellow watchers who are trying to lose weight. If you guys want to watch an absolute movie that I made, click up here. I believe it's this one this time.